Hello everyone and welcome to a review where I know this isn't brand spanking new anymore or anything, but like everyone was so hyped about it when it first came out or when the ads for it were first coming out that the second it finally did release, my shade did not exist. It was sold out pretty quick. So I've just been waiting for them to restock my shade, basically, is why this took me a minute. But I have finally got my hands on the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. You know, everyone went gaga over the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. So they came out with the foundation form in powder form. Aha! It's $11 for 0.28 ounces of product. It looks like there are 30 different shades available, which sounds pretty good. And like maybe seeing them in the little tile forms, it looks okay, but like once you see it on the arms, it's kind of like there's such little variation from, not from arm to arm, but from swatch to swatch on each arm. You get what I'm saying? It's actually kind of impressive, especially on the fair arm. It's just like 7 shades of fair. That's what we got, right? And really it's that way on every single one of the arms, but if you ask me, that doesn't look great, but they say that this is a primer-infused pressed powder foundation that delivers buildable coverage and an airbrushed finish. So it's going to be long-wearing, have a buildable formula, the finish is going to be semi-matte, it's talc-free and non-comedogenic, and yeah, it's not going to look cakey. They say that it is superior. They say that the buildability is just beautifully blurred on the skin, light as air, crease resistant, and really just flawless all around. So cool. And then to use, easy peasy, just use the powder sponge in the foundation and pat it on the face. Ta-da! I got the shade Fair 120N. Hopefully this will be at least a decent shade on me. As always, cruelty-free from e.l.f. I don't think all of their products are vegan. I could be wrong about that, but this in particular is vegan, and it's your standard powder foundation compact. Really nothing special. Pretty bulky considering the sponge they include is really thin. There's a lot of empty space in here. So a bulky compact overall, but your standard powder foundation compact. Here is my face and my skin today. Certainly got some stuff, you know, nothing crazy or anything, but just excited to try this out. I mean, admittedly, not the biggest fan of powder foundations, but hey, maybe this will be the one to change my mind. You truly never know until you try. So let's touch it. It feels like a silky powder, indeed. And let's see. So we dip it in. Ta-da! No primer today. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That went a lot farther than I thought it was going to. That's actually quite reminiscent of like, it reminds me of dance and theater makeup that I would have to wear in high school when I would perform. Cool. But yeah, was it that way for anyone else? I feel like I heard all of the hype for this stuff when ads were first coming out, and then once it finally released, I never heard anyone talking about it. So I don't know if that just means I missed those videos or if it means the product was kind of garbage and people didn't want to talk about it. It's certainly looking really sad. I suppose it's saying to pat, not swipe. My apologies. Let's continue patting. It's just kind of emphasizing dry spots and pores at the moment. Wow, yeah, not my best look. My nose looks horrendous. Seriously, my pores, not great. This also looks way more ghastly white than it does in the pan. I was actually scared this was gonna be a bit yellow on me, but right now it's just making me look all sorts of, well, like my t-shirt. I guess let's do it again. Like, nothing about this looks airbrushed. It just looks sad. I would be embarrassed to wear this out in public. I know, rich coming from the person who's about to post this on the internet for all to see, but like, what happened? I'm just gonna try a powder brush real quick, see if this will maybe kind of buff things together. Okay, it might have helped a little bit, but overall, not my best look. But, you know, it is what it is. Who knows? Maybe my oils throughout the day will magically mesh with the powder and it'll just end up looking fabulous. It would have to make a complete U-turn. I mean, look at my chin. Look at my nose. Look at my face. And I keep trying to make it better and I feel like it just keeps making it worse. So like, I guess thank God I'm not leaving my apartment today. But yeah. This is gonna be my life. I'm glad you're here for it. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. It's the end of the night here. I apologize, I am not feeling the greatest here today. So, energy's a little low, but I have results for you, and it looks better than this morning. I mean, I haven't had this on for like a terribly long time or anything, nor have I put it through HE double hockey sticks, but it's still on, looking pale as ever, maybe a little less cakey, but it has wiped off of my nose. Looks really not cute actually on my nose, and overall, can't say I'm too excited about continuing to test this guy, but that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna keep trying it with different methods. I will try it as a powder over foundation. I will try it with a buffing brush instead of the sponge, just for light coverage. We'll see. I'm gonna keep trying it out, and I'm gonna do so with you guys. So, fingers crossed here, and I'll see you at the next snap transition. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. Can you tell? Probably not, but it's actually been a couple weeks. Remember when I said I was starting to feel ill? What a journey. What a journey. But I am back, and I have further tested out this powder foundation. And I don't know if you can tell from where you are, but I have things to tell you. So on day 2, went ahead and used my Smashbox hydrating primer as well as my NYX serum concealer, and basically the goal here was to just get my base done that way and then blur and even things out with the powder on top. So I just used a fluffy powder brush to buff the powder foundation all over in a very light manner. You know, I was not sponging this on, I was not applying heavy layers, I just wanted to, you know, blend. I thought that this looked much better overall than it did on day 1. I mean, granted, I didn't think it looked great overall, but in comparison, oh yeah, much better. We're on the good track here, I thought. I was still able to even everything out on my skin, you know, color and whatnot, but unfortunately, even though I did just use a fluffy powder brush, this still emphasized the pores, especially on my nose, like crazy. Basically, just any big pores or skin textures, this clung to them like a magnet. Plus, it just looked powdery on my skin overall. But like I said, I thought it looked much better than on day 1, so I was excited, quote unquote, to wear it this way. And truth be told, it felt light and good all day. You know, it was a low-key day, but it was still a day. I still wore it, and I thought it felt nice while I did wear it. At the end of the night, it honestly looked way better than I was expecting it to. I thought that it kind of looked like it melted in with my skin, you know, with my oils and stuff. It looked pretty good, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It didn't look great, don't get me wrong, but like, all things considered, I thought it looked pretty darn good. There was a graceful fade overall. It did wipe off on my finger, but overall, you know, I thought I was on the right track or something. So on day 3 here, I went ahead and I tested it as a setting powder type of a thing, you know? So I went ahead and I used kind of a dewier foundation, concealer, primer. I mean, it wasn't a dewy primer or anything, but you know, the overall look usually when I use those 3 products in tandem, the concealer, the foundation, the primer, it's more of a dewy satin kind of a look. So this on top of it, I thought maybe would just mattify, give a light dusting of powder, and that's what I did. And unfortunately, it took what's usually a gorgeous looking skin base for me, those 3 products, and it kind of turned it into poop. Poo-poo, padoo. But yeah, you know, like I said, I didn't want to completely hate on it. I didn't want to completely give up my day. So I was like, you know what? This looks fine. I'll be fine. We're fine. I'm fine. It's going to be fine. And wearing it today, it has felt fine. However, if I touch my face even the slightest, like not even a full-on face scratch, but like if I've had a scratch on my face and I just dab at it with my I have so much foundation or powder or both on my finger here, and that is so not usually what happens when I have this foundation, concealer, and primer on. So it's definitely the powder's fault. Now that being said, on like an overall surface level look, I don't think at the end of the night here it looks horrible or as bad as I thought it was going to based on the way it was coming off throughout the day. I think it looks like it kind of melted in with my oils and stuff. I look way shinier right now than I typically would with my normal setting powder, but I look a lot better than I thought I would, okay? I'll give it the credit there. I just, overall, I don't like this product. I will never wear or touch this again except to feature it in my best and worst of beauty at the end of the month. It just didn't work for me. And I feel like I said, it was a couple weeks ago that I did the first impression portion of this video. So did I say then? I feel like I heard so much hype about this product before it came out, but then I feel like when it finally released, I never heard anyone talk about it or saw anyone talk about it. So is it just because people didn't want to bad talk it because everyone else felt the same way as me? I don't know. I really don't know these things. I can give you a pros and a cons list, but I think you can pretty much figure it out. The only pro that I could come up with is that this, I could see it being a multi-use product, and that's kind of cool. Like if you just want to use it as an all-over fluffy foundation, or if you do want to use it as a setting powder or something, like multi-use, that's pretty cool. I can get on board with that. But aside from that, I really don't think there's any pluses here. I mean, the shade range is questionable. It looks powdery and cakey on the skin. It really reminds me of like a theater makeup kind of a look when you first put it on. It also emphasizes your pores, if you have larger pores and or texture. You know, if you have like healing scabby bits or something like that, or wrinkles. I don't think it looks great. And then not to mention at the end of the night, regardless of method, I felt like it wipes right off. So like, this is not my cup of tea. However, I'm glad I finally tested it out. You guys should definitely let me know if you have tested out this powder foundation. How did you feel about it? What kind of skin do you have? Did it work for you? Like maybe I'm just the sad 1% that it didn't work out for. That's very possible. So just let me and other people know in those comments down below. You can also let me know any future foundations you want to see me test here in a weekly wear. You can also just let me know how you do it. You know, did you enjoy the video? Find it helpful? I don't know. But if you did, comment. Give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap the notification bell down below and become a member of my Casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye.